Primary growth, increase in vertical and horizontal length or height of plant by the activity of primary meristem, that is apical meristem, root apical meristem and shoot apical meristem, and intercalary meristem. Cells of primary meristem divide and add new cells in plant body which get differentiated in primary permanent tissues like parenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma, primary xylem, primary phloem, and primary medullary rays, thus increasing the height or length of plants. Secondary growth, increase in girth or width or circumference of basically dicot root, dicot stem, root and stem of gymnosperm by the activity of secondary meristem, that is vascular cambium and cork cambium. Cells of secondary meristem divide and add cells in the plant parts which get redifferentiated to form secondary permanent tissues. Vascular cambium, that is intrastellar cambium, produces secondary xylem, secondary phloem and secondary medullary rays, whereas cork cambium, that is extrastellar cambium, produces cork, that is phloem, and secondary cortex, that is phloem. Primary growth occurs in all kinds of plants and plant parts, whereas secondary growth absent in monocot root and stem, dicot and monocot leaf, pteridophytes, bryophytes, etc. Vascular cambium is partially secondary in origin and cork cambium is completely secondary in origin in dicot stem. Vascular cambium as well as cork cambium are completely secondary in origin in dicot root. Cork cambium, also called phloem. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of vascular cambium, that is intrastellar cambium. During secondary growth, cells of primary medullary rays present parallel or adjoining to the intrafascicular cambium get dedifferentiated, forming interfascicular cambium. Next, a circular ring of vascular cambium is formed by joining of intrafascicular cambium, that is primary in origin, and interfascicular cambium, that is secondary in origin. Intrafascicular cambium is present between vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem, or within vascular bundle, whereas interfascicular cambium is present between vascular bundles. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Ring of vascular cambium has two components or two different cells. Fusiform initials, more in number, elongated pointed cells produce secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Ray initials, less in number, oval, spherical or round cells produce secondary medullary rays. Fusiform initials divide periclinally and add cells both on outer side and inner side. Cells added outer side of vascular cambium redifferentiated in secondary phloem, and cells added inner side redifferentiated into secondary xylem. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Ray initials add cells of secondary medullary rays both outer side and inner side of vascular cambium. Redifferentiation of cells into secondary xylem occurs in the influence of oxygen. Vascular cambium is more active towards inner side, adds more secondary xylem as compared to secondary phloem. 8 to 10 times more secondary xylem are added as compared to secondary phloem. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Secondary xylem is added above primary xylem and below vascular cambium. Secondary phloem added below primary phloem and above vascular cambium. Secondary medullary rays added above and below vascular cambium and is present parallelly throughout secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Due to addition of secondary xylem and secondary phloem, primary xylem and primary phloem shifted away from each other, which were initially present close to each other. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Due to addition of more secondary xylem, primary phloem and initially added secondary phloem get crushed. Only recently added secondary phloem remain present. More or less, primary xylem also remain intact in the center. Due to addition of more secondary xylem towards center, soon pressure exerted over tissues or layers present outside the secondary xylem, and these layers start shifting outward, which results in increase in girth of dicot stem called secondary growth. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Recently formed or produced secondary phloem and secondary xylem always present near to the vascular cambium. Secondary xylem also called as wood. If we consider activity of vascular cambium for 3 years, then secondary phloem of first year will be outer side, followed by secondary phloem of second year below it, and secondary phloem of third year will be present just above the vascular cambium. Similarly, secondary xylem of first year will be present in center, above which secondary xylem of second year, and just below the vascular cambium secondary xylem of first year will be present. Activity of vascular cambium in temperate region with reference to secondary xylem or wood. Activity of vascular cambium in temperate region is not same throughout the year. During favorable condition or spring season or summer season, more amount of secondary xylem are added. Vessels will have broad lumen. Components of secondary xylem will be less dense, and secondary xylem appears light in color. Such type of secondary xylem or wood called early wood or spring wood or summer wood. In temperate region, during unfavorable condition or winter season or autumn season, less amount of secondary xylem is added. Vessels have narrow lumen. Components of secondary xylem are more dense, and secondary xylem, that is wood, appears dark in color. Such type of wood is called late wood, winter wood or autumn wood. Annual growth. Increase in girth or width in 1 year called annual growth. Annual ring or growth ring is equal to 1 spring wood plus 1 autumn wood. Dendrochronology, dealing with finding the age of tree by counting annual rings of old basal part of stem. In tropical region, seashore region, coastal region and desert region, there is no distinct annual ring formation. Plants of India also do not have distinct annual rings except plants of Himalayan regions like Simla and Nainital. Annual rings formation is also absent in root. Shifting of activity of vascular cambium is fast from autumn wood to spring wood and vice versa. Heartwood, that is duramin wood, represent secondary xylem present in the center of old stem. Hardwood represents initially added secondary xylem, that is oldest secondary xylem having deposition of alkaloid, gums, aromatic compounds, tannins, flavonoids, terpenes, resins, essential oil in the lumen of vessels and tracheids. Hardwood is dead, non-functional and highly resistant with antiseptic nature. Hardwood is not involved in water conduction but has commercial value. Hardwood is durable and long-living. Sapwood or alburnum wood represents secondary xylem present at periphery of old stem, represents recently or newly added secondary xylem. There is no deposition of any compound in the lumen of vessels and tracheids. Wood is living, functional and sensitive for pests and pathogens. Sapwood is short-living and has no commercial value. Heartwood is dark in color, whereas sapwood is light in color. Tylosis or tracheal plugs, balloon-like ingrowth of xylem parenchyma in the lumen of vessels, blocking the transport of water called tylosis. Tylosis found in vessels of hardwood. As activity of vascular cambium continues to add secondary xylem, amount of hardwood keeps on increasing due to conversion of oldest sapwood into hardwood, and amount of sapwood more or less remain stable or same. Monoxylic wood has less amount of parenchyma in secondary xylem, also called loose wood. For example, cycas. Pycnoxylic wood has more amount of parenchyma in secondary xylem, found in most of the plants, mainly conifers like pinus. Homozylous or non-porous wood. Vessels are absent. 95% of secondary xylem is tracheids and 5% is fibers, also called soft wood. For example, gymnosperm. Heterozylous or porous wood. Vessels are present, also called hardwood. For example, angiosperm. Ring porous wood found in temperate region plants. Vessels have broad lumen in secondary xylem of spring season and narrow lumen in secondary xylem of autumn season. For example, Dalbergia cassia. Diffuse porous wood found in tropical region plants, represents asymmetrical wood. Throughout secondary xylem, vessels have same lumen. For example, Syzygium azadiracta, that is neem. Most durable and commercially useful wood is Tectona grandis, that is teak or sagwan. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of cork cambium. It also represents secondary growth in extrastellar region. Due to continuous activity of vascular cambium, more and more secondary xylems are added. This results in shifting of layers outwards, which soon cause slough off or peeling out of outer protective layer of dicot stem, thus exposing inner living tissues for pathogens. So, need is must to add additional protective layers at the place of peeled layers. Secondary growth in dicot stem. Formation and activity of cork cambium. The function of adding additional protective layers is performed by meristematic tissue that develops into extracellular region called cork cambium or phellogen. Cork cambium develops from outer layer of germinal cortex or sometimes from hypodermis by dedifferentiation process where differentiated parenchymatous cells of germinal cortex gain ability to divide. Secondary growth in dicot stem, formation and activity of cork cambium. Cork cambium can be one or few layers thick, made up of thin-walled, pointed or rectangular cells. Cork cambium is complete secondary in origin. Cork cambium divides periclinally and adds parenchymatous cells both on outer side and inner side. Parenchymatous cells added outer side soon get suberized and form cork, that is phellum. Parenchymatous cells added inner side remain parenchymatous and form secondary cortex, that is phelloderm. Secondary growth in dicot stem, formation and activity of cork cambium. Cork cambium is more active outer side, producing more cork. Cork, that is phellum, cork cambium, that is phellogen, and secondary cortex, that is phelloderm, are collectively called as periderm. Cork is suberized, water impermeable, protective layer. Cork cambium, also called extrastellar cambium, which performs increase in girth outside the pericycle. Bark. It is a non-technical term used for all the layers present outside the vascular cambium, include secondary phloem, primary phloem, pericycle, endodermis, general cortex, and periderm. Ring bark, that is seat bark, represents complete sheet of bark present in the form of ring formed by activity of continuous cork cambium. For example, bhojpatra, that is betula, and eucalyptus. Scale bark, that is fragment bark, represents discontinuous fragmented bark broken into fragments formed by activity of discontinuous cork cambium. For example, guava, that is pseudium, neem, and mango. Bark formed early in the growing season called early bark, and bark formed late in the growing season called late bark. Lenticels, lens-shaped pore present in the bark or cork of old woody stem, formed due to uneven activity of cork cambium outer side. Sometimes, instead of suberized cork cells, cork cambium produces compactly arranged parenchymatous cells called complementary cells, results in formation of pores, that is lenticels. Secondary growth in dicot root, formation and activity of vascular cambium. During secondary growth, firstly, conjunctive cells present below primary phloem get dedifferentiated and form curved strips of vascular cambium below primary phloem. Now next, cells of pericycle present above protoxylem get dedifferentiated and form strips of vascular cambium above the protoxylem. Strips of vascular cambium present below primary phloem and above protoxylem join together to form wavy cambium ring. Secondary growth in dicot root, formation and activity of vascular cambium. In dicot root, more part of vascular cambium formed by conjunctive tissue and only small part of vascular cambium formed by pericycle. In dicot root, vascular cambium is complete secondary in origin. Function of parts of vascular cambium present below primary phloem start soon, which add more secondary xylem inner side. This causes raising of curved part of vascular cambium outwards, results in formation of circular cambium ring. Secondary growth in dicot root, formation and activity of vascular cambium. Activity of vascular cambium in dicot root is similar to vascular cambium of dicot stem, that is addition of more secondary xylem inner side and less secondary phloem outer side. Vascular cambium also produces parenchymatous secondary medullary rays in dicot root. Due to addition of more secondary xylem inner side, the outer layers start shifting outward, results in increase in girth called secondary growth. Secondary growth in dicot root. As there is no seasonal variation below the ground, thus activity of vascular cambium remain constant throughout the secondary growth, producing same kind of secondary xylem, that is wood. Formation and activity of cork cambium. In dicot root, cork cambium is formed by pericycle cells. Here, pericycle cells are responsible for formation of complete ring of cork cambium. Secondary growth in dicot root, formation and activity of cork cambium. Cork cambium divides periclinally to produce suberized cork cells above itself and below endodermis, whereas parenchymatous secondary cortex below itself and above pericycle. During secondary growth in dicot root, epiblema, general cortex and endodermis get slough off. Anomalous or abnormal secondary growth. Due to absence of formation of cambium, there is no secondary growth in monocot plants. Exception: Dracaena, yucca, palm, date palm, coconut palm, sansevieria, smilex, kingia, agave, aloe, etc. are monocot plants that show increase in girth called anomalous secondary growth. Palm, tulip, banana, that is musa, have special apical meristem called apical thickening meristem that performs both primary and secondary growth.